What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, Wanderlusting Lawyer. As you can tell, I'm in a little bit different of a setting than I've been in most of the other videos. That's for a couple reasons. I'm actually moving tomorrow, so that space out there is in a little bit of disarray. And also because today I'm doing what might be my last backpack review. I'm announcing the winner of the 8 backpacks that I purchased to try out. So I kind of wanted more space since this is the one that, you know, the features and the fit were amazing enough for me to decide to take it on my Camino, at least for now. I wanted to have a little bit more space to show you guys. I hope you're having an awesome Sunday, and without further ado, as I mentioned in my intro video, the spoiler alert, which I wasn't sure if I was still going to feel the same by the end of the process, especially since I did add another pack to the pile. That was the Granite Gear Lutzen. I'm still going with the same winner, and that is the Marmot Women's Graviton 36. You guys, I'm so excited about this pack. Just a little bit of, I guess, history, because it wouldn't be my channel if I didn't ramble on and on. But I was doing a lot of research before I even purchased any pack. Was looking at most of the big names that I saw in the forums, the Osprey, the Gregory, the Deuter, and as you know, I haven't even tried any Gregory or Deuter. And on that note, before I continue, I may stop into an REI. There's not one here where I live, but I will be traveling up north. So I may pop in one and try on a few more packs just to complicate the process even more. But it would be really, really hard for me to find a pack that would get me away from this one. So anyway, so back when I was doing my research, I was looking at the big names, and then somehow this one just popped up, and I was immediately drawn to the look. I know not everybody is going to be attracted to the vivid colors. I really like it. My pack's not going to get lost in the shuffle. I think it has a lot of good reflective pieces. Yellow is my personal favorite color. I'm also a fan of this darker sort of emerald teal mix, if you will. I just think it's a great look. And of course, the second thing I was attracted to was this bomb suspension system, which I'll talk about in a second. But this bag weighs 2.2 pounds. I think it is the lightest bag I bought, and that's even though it has this metal frame right here. I mean, it is just so unbelievably lightweight, but really, really sturdy too. It's a ripstop material. And I'll talk a little bit more about how I feel about the security of this bag, it being zipper access in a little bit, but I want to get back to this suspension. So what I love about this, and let me get a little bit closer, is so a lot of the bags that I've seen, even if they have this suspended back, well, first look at how my hand goes right in, all the way in. Let me come from this side, all the way in, all the way out. That is so much breathability right there. And when I put it on, you'll see that you can see the space between my back and this part of the pack. And there's just going to be no contact there. It's really going to allow the heat that I'm generating to get away quickly. But what I saw was even if bags had this back, a lot of times the mesh kind of stopped and then the foam piece took over. Well, here the mesh covers the foam too, and it touches right there for support, but you have these really deep channels even here, so that it creates a totally comfortable, seamless, cool feel. And I absolutely love the suspension. It's probably the best one that I have felt. Same goes with the straps. These straps are probably the least substantial ones that I bought, and I love that. The thicker the padding, it wasn't supple, so those straps were just digging in places that were not comfortable to me. I think bags like that, at least for myself, would be a lot better for a winter Camino or any type of winter hike when I'm going to have layers, including a jacket on anyway, so that's not going to be something I'm feeling. But considering that I'll be most of the time in a t-shirt in Spain in June and July, I really found that I liked these very flexible straps. They're still quite padded, and the padding is soft, but they have cutaway channels, and they're just really, malleable. You can kind of adjust them wherever, and there's no discomfort. I just absolutely love these straps. Same goes with the hip belt. It's got to be the thinnest hip belt of any bag I've seen. And if you're loading, if you're going to stuff this with 50 pounds of dumbbells, that's probably not going to be good for you. I don't know that you could store 50 pounds of other gear in here anyway. So I found that for myself, I don't think I need more than this. I love how long the straps are. They really come around to a comfortable point on my waist. Some of the bags that stopped right on the top of my hip bone, it felt like it was gonna create some bruising there. So I love how long these are. And again, you have the mesh on top plus the breathable channels. These great pockets, which I'll talk about more when I put the bag on. So it just the entire package. This was actually the first bag I received in the mail, which I feel like is a sign. And I put it on both without stuff in it and with stuff in it, and I knew it was a great fit. I wasn't sure that I was going to still feel that way after trying all the other bags, but then as I've gone through all the reviews and really noticed what didn't work for me, and then it was not until probably I think 2 days ago that I put this bag on again. I wanted to remain as neutral as possible. I loaded it up, I put it on, and I just knew that it was the one for me, especially after I just had tried the Granite Gear one, which I said was distributing the weight in the best way of any pack that I had felt. It felt like the load was the lightest. Then I put this one on and it was even lighter. So to me, that kind of sealed the deal. And that's why they always say go with your gut. So from the second I saw it, I loved it. From the second I tried it on, I loved it. And I still love it. Let's talk about the other features. You have bungees on both sides, which is nice for poles or walking sticks, or I guess any other gear that you might want to store. You have this front stash pocket. So the front isn't mesh, but the sides are, so that gives it some stretchability, and it's more than big enough to store what you need in it. And I like that. I like kind of the size of it because it means that it keeps things pretty streamlined even when it's packed out. Oh, and I will say, I was a little bit nervous about how thin the material is because it does not come with a rain cover. I am going to buy one, but so what I did was I kind of held up a section of the fabric with my hand on the underside and put water on it, and the water just beaded right up and rolled right off, didn't seep through at all. Now, will that help me in a torrential downpour? Probably not, but I feel like at least if it's kind of drizzling or misting or sprinkling, this bag is going to do a good job of keeping that water repelled. So let's talk, oh yeah, and so I'll show you later, but I really also love these water bottle pockets. You can, basically what I like to do is, I don't like to have the bottle sticking out like that because I don't find that it's particularly comfortable, but if you load the bottle in and out, they're way big enough to do so. If you load, the front up here like this, and then you can just pull it out through the top, which I'll show you later, but the water bottle pockets are both great. And that actually reminds me, so what's interesting, and another reason I stick with wanting accessible water bottle pockets, which is why I probably wouldn't go with a bag that I wasn't able to reach on my own, is even if you have the tubing system, which I may end up using for my water bottle, just so that I have the hose right here and can drink whenever, I'm somebody that's probably going to also be carrying around a sports drink when I stop in town. Aquadius is what they have in Spain. It's like a Gatorade or a Powerade, but I'm, especially in the summer, you're sweating out a ton of salt, so and electrolytes, you need to put that back in your system. So even if you're using your pouch or your reservoir or tubing system or whatever for your water, if you have another beverage that you want to be drinking, I want that to be easily accessible. So for me, I think the accessible pockets became even more so of an absolute necessity as I kind of thought through this process. There is, however, a hydration reservoir. The access point comes out here, so you can kind of route it down either side, which is nice. Similar to the Granite gear pack, this pack, curves in, so it does make, I think, getting the reservoir in and out a little bit difficult. But this one felt like I would have more room to do so. So you see there's a pocket right there, and then this Velcro up here to kind of attach any type of reservoir on. I don't know why this zipper is here to get to the back. If anyone knows, please leave a comment below. But since we're here, okay, probably in addition to the suspension, the hip belts, well, everything I love about this bag, the accessibility is just hands down the absolute best. There are 3 zippers, and there are 3 zipper pulls, and the zipper is what they call a J-style zipper, so it comes all the way down the bottom. This is the only side where you won't have access. And so why the 3 zippers is important is because if you want to access something just at the bottom, as we saw with the Granite gear, you had to pull everything out because there was no way to get into the bottom despite the fact that it loaded with a zipper like a backpack. Well, here, all you have to do is unzip at the bottom, pull out what you need, re-zip it back up. Or let's say there's something in the middle section. You just pull your zippers around to where you need to be, you grab it, and you go. I absolutely love that, and once I go through the process of being on the Camino, I can tell you whether that really ended up being as big of a deal as I thought, but for now, I absolutely love that. You have a ton of attachment points here, and then also these, so they double as being places to hang things, but they're also loops for your compression straps to attach onto. So when I was reading reviews of this bag, some people expressed concerns about the zipper in that if it breaks, you're kind of out of luck with respect to your stuff. However, the ways you can attach these to kind of cross over the zipper, I think is the absolute best of both worlds. The fact that they're not currently blocking the zipper means you don't have to do anything to get access other than unzip and re-zip the bag. But if for whatever reason your zipper were to go out, there are enough extra attachment points with the compression straps that you can, like these can come up here. This is another nice feature. You can put a sleeping bag or whatever you need down here. Not a lot of bags of this size have that. But you can also detach these and hook them up here so that in a pinch, if your zipper did break, your bag is still going to stay closed and at least get you to the next town where you can get a new bag. I haven't heard of anybody's zippers breaking with this bag, and I'm willing to take that risk because I know that I can keep my bag closed and all my stuff is going to be in sacks anyway, so nothing is going to be loose and tumbling out. I think that does it for all the features to kind of look at now. So let's get this pack loaded. And I'm actually going to load it. This is another reason I wanted to sit here and move back a little bit and load it how I probably would be loading it on the trail, because this is not a bag that's going to stand up on its own. So, I'm probably planning on keeping a really lightweight nylon sheet in my bag for stopping during the middle of the day. If it's kind of muddy, throw it down, relax. But also if I want to put it under my pack, if I need to get things in and out. So, probably leave the bottom zipper closed. Once that big one's in there, just kind of zip as you go. I like that. So for example, if I knew I might want this backpack accessible, I can just put it in the middle and know that I can just open that small section right there. I've not seen any other bag that has that capability. So, and I didn't show you guys this, but the only other pocket that you're going to have is this pocket up here, but it's pretty big. It's pretty deep, and then you have another zipper inside, mesh zipper with a key clip right here. So you do have other places to store stuff. What I have found is that when I had stuff in here loose, I did kind of feel it shifting on the trail, and you don't have a compression strap that comes over the top. I think that might have been a nice feature I would have liked to see Marmot have, but I've decided I got these sweet EVA Birks that I'm going to take because I'm actually going to be spending a couple nights in different cities and visiting friends and kind of going out on the town, and I just would prefer to have something that's not, you know, my trail runners or my Keens if I decided to keep them. These are waterproof, really comfortable, and at least to me somewhat stylish. So I like that I can keep these up here, get them easily, and then also because it's a pretty snug fit, I'm not going to have any shifting up there. I would have liked to see, maybe it would have added a tiny bit more weight, but I would have loved to see, like we saw in the REI Traverse, if there were a zipper right here and this were a pocket to put a book, map, something like that. Just so you don't have that many pockets, so you do have to be pretty organized with how you store your things, but I don't think that's going to be particularly troublesome because that's how I'm probably going to carry everything anyway. So now before I put it on, I'll just put in my extra layers. And I like that I can sit there in the morning, you know, even if I'm on, let's say, the top bunk, which I'll probably be on since I'm likely to volunteer, and I like the top bunk anyway. I can just grab my pack, hold it on my lap, and pack it up like that. So to me, that's pretty attractive. So put that in one side, put that in the other, and I still would have room for like sleeping bag liner. I mean, I still have a bunch more room. So I guess if you're not using the stash pocket for layers, you can use that as kind of the extra pocket that I said I wished we had. So let me kind of adjust my setup here so I can show you how the fit works and the pockets and the water bottle stuff. So stand up. Got it all loosened up. So I'm gonna get the, I guess I forgot to do this part. I will say that one of the things I hate about this bag is how ridiculously long these straps are. I'm actually just going to cut them and then re-sew this end. Probably do that in a couple different places because they're just way too long. There are these elastic loops where you can kind of fold them up and put them in, but even so, they're just way too long. That's fairly ridiculous. So let me get my load lifters pulled. I mean, this bag is amazing, you guys. I just feel like I have so little weight on my back. It's all, I mean, it's in my hips, but I don't even feel that either. I think it's because the bottom of the support foam is just, it comes all the way down kind of right into your tailbone, but not in a way that's uncomfortable, just in a way that really distributes the weight. And so look, I can stick my hand here. This is the mesh panel. The back of the bag is not, you know, uncomfortably on me or anything. I've got the bag snug and close to me. I don't feel any pressure on my shoulders, and I haven't even done the chest strap yet because I always forget to do the chest strap. But this one does have a whistle, and it also has the sunglasses loop. And this is why I like women's packs, and I don't think they're a gimmick. I wasn't sure for a while, but the way the straps come out here is really important because for me, it's less discomfort on my chest, and it was more with the unisex pack that I tried, discomfort on my collarbone. So when I'm wearing this, it feels unbelievably lightweight. It just feels so comfortable. I don't know, maybe the shoulder straps are sticking up a little bit more than they should be, but this bag for me is hands down, no questions asked, the best one in terms of features and fit. And so let me just show you the water bottle pockets and the side pockets as this video approaches 20 minutes. So look, they're so much shorter, or shorter than the other pockets. So the bottle's gonna stay sturdy, can get it easily in and out. I'm not sure if this one's big enough for this one to come in, but if your bottle's too big, you can still go in and out easily. As I say that and can't get it in, but you get the picture. It's a little practice. But then if you do have a smaller bottle, it's really easy to come in through the side pocket and just kind of finagle it up. I'll probably end up going with a bottle like this anyway because they stay cold longer. But it's just super easy to get access in and out. And then finally, where this really shines and passes the Kate test is with these hip belt pockets. I mean, they just slide like a knife through butter. There's no problem getting them open and closed. I would have liked to see maybe them have a little bit more mesh kind of on the bottom to make them a little bit bigger, but this is just my case. But I've tried my phone. You know, you have no problem getting that in there. They're not huge because the waist belt itself is so insubstantial. But, you know, I have a flashlight, pocket, knife, chapstick, some snacks, and then, you know, kind of maxed out the pocket, maybe fit some tissues or something else in there. But yeah, this is it, guys. This is the bag that, at least for now, I'm going to be going with. I think it looks awesome. It feels awesome. It's going to carry all my gear in the way that I need. And right now, I guess in terms of any downsides, like I said, the long straps. I wish there were one more pocket. But aside from that, I'm really pleased with this bag. And if you see me out there on the trail, don't forget to say hi. Thanks, guys, and I will have some more videos for you soon about the shoes that I'm wearing, the rest of the gear that I'm taking. And yeah, I hope you'll still continue me on my journey, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.